Piranha from 1978 was produced by Rodger Cormans and directed by Joe Dante. It's one of Dante's earlier works, before Gremlins and The Howling, so how does it hold up? Let's see. The movie opens with some hikers who stumble upon an old military test site. Inside is a pool, and they decide to take a dip. Little do they know something else is in there with them. The Piranhas attack, killing them both. Next, we meet Maggie. Maggie has been hired to find the missing hikers. She goes to the locals trying to get any info she can. That's where she meets Paul. Paul is a quiet man who just wants to keep to himself. To get her out of his house, he tells Maggie about the military test site and that the hikers might be there. It doesn't work very well because she drags him along. They break into the test site and have a good look around. They find the pool and Maggie wants to drain it to see if they can find the bodies. They look around inside a bit and there's all these weird experiments. Mainly this little guy. What is he? He looks awesome. I wish the movie was about him and not piranhas. Eventually, they find the drain and open it. Just then, someone attacks them, warning them not to open the drain. But it's too late. All the water and piranhas are now in the river. But of course, they don't know this. They take the man back to Paul's cabin and let him rest. He wrecked their Jeep, so they have no real means of transportation. The only thing they can do is take him downriver on a homemade raft to try and get help. Paul has a daughter, Susie, who's at summer camp. It turns out she's deathly afraid of water. Good thing, too, because hundreds of hungry piranhas are heading her way. Back on the raft, the guy wakes up, and we find out he's a doctor. He's been breeding the fish for the government to use as a weapon. Now that they're out, there's no stopping them. The piranhas attack some people. They all die. One of them is this kid's dad. The kid is then forced to sit on top of the canoe and just wait for help. Our heroes find him, and the doctor, feeling pretty guilty, jumps right in the water to save the boy, which he does, but at the cost of his own life. The piranhas start attacking the raft, tearing it apart piece by piece. Eventually, they get to the riverbank and make it to safety. Paul runs to the dam just in time where he's able to stop the guy from opening the gates.
Don't open it! Whatever you do, don't open it!
The military is called in and they dump a bunch of chemicals into the water to try and kill all the fish. It doesn't work, however, because there's a fork in the river and most of the piranhas went that way. Paul and Maggie are being kept in a guarded tent for the night, as they're the only civilians that know about the piranhas. Maggie does some pretty clever distraction, and they're able to escape. They just want to warn Paul's daughter about the fish and try and keep her safe, but they don't make it to the camp. They get pulled over and taken to jail. Once again, it's up to Maggie to free them. This time, she goes a little different route. All the kids are swimming in the lake at the camp except Susie. She's so afraid of the water, she's hiding under a canoe in hopes that the counselors won't see her. Good thing, too, because the kids start getting bit. It's frantic for a while as kids are screaming and everyone's trying to get to safety. Susie works up the courage to get on a rubber raft and tries to save some people. All the kids make it out alive, and only one camp counselor dies. Now the fish are headed to a new resort's grand opening. The resort owner is Dick Miller, and that guy finds his way into every Joe Dante movie. Tons of people are there enjoying the festivities, which includes swimming in the lake. The piranhas attack, and people are dropping like flies. Mass chaos sets in as swimmers are all trying to get out of the water. Meanwhile, Paul and Maggie have a plan to stop all the killer fish. They go to an old refinery and plan on dumping all the waste into the water. polluting the river and killing not just the piranhas, but all the fish. I guess that's the price you gotta pay. Maggie gives Paul 100 seconds to find the control room, open the valve, then get him the hell out of there.
So I want you to start counting slowly, up to 100. Then whether I'm up to the surface or not, you hit that throttle and gun this sucker out of here.
63, 64.
It works for the most part, but Paul is still attacked. The fish are biting him, but he's able to get the valve open and release all the toxic waste just as Maggie pulls him to safety.
99, 100.
In the final scene, the head scientist confirms that most of the fish died, and there's no way the remaining could make it to the ocean. But I'm not so sure about that.
There's nothing left to fear.
What did I think of Piranha? Well, it was pretty fun. It moves along at a good pace, and it's pretty funny. There's a lot of humor in it for it being a horror film. Maggie is especially hilarious. But it's not all good. The piranha effects aren't great. You can tell it's just a rubber fish on a stick. But we all know the effects can be awesome because that little creature in the beginning. Why didn't we see more of that thing? I'd rather it be the hero and kill all the piranhas one by one. You might think of this as another Jaws ripoff, and maybe it is, but I think it can stand on its own. I give Piranha from 1978 3 female distractions out of 4.
General Waxman, it's been so long.
It's Colonel, ma'am.
Colonel, still? Oh, I can't imagine why.
Politics, ma'am. Politics.
Stupid cow.